Boston Richey, you are going to jail, bro, for a very long time at that. It's no secret that Boston Richey has been a weird guy for a while now, but Boston Richey has been able to get away with being weird because for the most part, there's been no real tangible evidence until now. But we didn't need to wait until now to know that Boston Richey was messing with underage women. Like, we could have used our brain and came to this conclusion when we seen Boston Richey post a photo of a then 18-year-old Tati, newly 18-year-old Tati, on his bed with no clothes on. He posted this picture of them on vacation and her in bed with him with nothing but his chains on. He posted this 6 days after she turned 18. And we know this because he posted that picture on the 12th. And she posted happy birthday to me on January 6, 2024. Common sense would tell you he didn't just meet her on January 6th and within 6 days of her turning 18, he had her on vacation in bed, butt naked, and posting on social media to go official. That's not how those things work. So clearly he was messing with her when she wasn't 18 years old. But today we got the confirmation that we needed when Tati took to Instagram to tag Epic Records. And she wrote a few days ago, you all held a meeting after it was brought to your attention that your artist shared a tape of me when I was underage to other women. So apparently Boston Richey had videos in his phone of giving Tati back shots when she was underage and he was sharing it with other women. This isn't even the first time Boston Richey has been accused of this. This is a recurring thing. Now, this other woman named RAJ, who was apparently his side chick when he was dealing with Tati, she accused Boston Richey of sending nude pictures of herself and explicit videos of herself to other women that Boston Richey was trying to impress. Apparently, this is like his game. Like when he's dealing with other women, he would apparently send them videos of him engaging in intercourse with other girls to tell them, yeah, I already had her. Like you look up to her, I already had her. That's the game because, like a lot of these like IG models look up to other IG models who's been in the game a little longer. I guess Tati and RAJ are like really influential IG models or IG bops. So apparently Boston Richey will send videos of himself with them to other IG models to bag them. It's just a weird game all in all. But this is not the first time, which is why I 100% believe Tati, because other women has also came forward to accuse Boston Richey of this. And obviously this is true if Epic Records is having meetings to talk about this. But she continued and she would say, rather than addressing the seriousness of that behavior, the response seems to have been to initiate a smear campaign against me. This situation deserves to be handled with accountability and maturity. Accountability is jail time, bro. To me, that's the only level of accountability here when it comes to you being in possession of child porn. To me, you should have been in jail after you posted that little girl 6 days after she turned 18 in your bed with no clothes on, because obviously that means y'all was talking before she turned 18. To me, that should have been the jail time right there. But apparently it wasn't. Apparently that was not enough. But you being dumb enough to record yourself engaging with this young girl before she became of age, oh no, you got to go to jail. But unfortunately, women like Tati are also disgusting human beings. And when they say accountability and maturity, they're talking about day one money. She don't want to see a perpetrator or a predator in jail. She wants money. That's why the record label got involved. That's why she contacted Epic Records, is so they could give her money, right? That's all these chicks care about, bro, is paper. You should be more concerned with getting this perpetrator in jail, not like how much they could pay you, right? And that's why, it's really hard to have sympathy for Tati because she's also a terrible human being, bro, right? She's perfectly okay with this perpetrator and this predator going on a loose if she gets paid. So she continues, your artist clearly needs help, real help. To be very clear, this information is confirmed. I am in close contact with someone from the team who was present in the Zoom meeting at Epic Records where this situation was discussed. So she's now going public because she believes they're running a smear campaign against her to ruin her credibility. Now, her proof of this is multiple blog posts reposted this particular clip that went viral of her saying that she's using Boston Richey for materialistic things, that the only reason she stayed with him for so long is for materialistic things. Now, I personally know how blogs work. I don't think this was a smear campaign. Like her proof of this is they all have like the same titles or the same captions. Trust me, bro, this is how blogs works. Blogs steal from each other. If a blog see that one post did 1 million views with this story, they're also going to cover the story and they're also going to repost it. So her seeing everybody and their mama posting this clip of her confirming that she stayed with Boston Richey for so long because, you know, she used them for materialistic things and she wanted all the nice things that came with it. This was a clear and obvious viral story that everybody covered. I don't feel like the labels contacted them and demanded they reposted it.
How long was that long relationship?
Like 2.5 years. No, Tati, I don't know how you did that hard time, baby. I can't pass 2.5.
I don't
Like,
know.
2.5,
I don't even
up.
think I made it past 2.5, but like I said, I was just there.
When you have a plan, you execute that plan.
I was just
born.
there.
Yeah.
But
Okay, I feel that. What
Why?
kept you in that relationship then?
I'll fuck with your chain. I put baguettes around your neck. I'm a BB every chain.
You're talking about that.
He believes this was an orchestrated hit because the post went massively viral and people was giving her a lot of hate because nobody like a gold digger, nobody like a user, nobody like super hypergamous women, nobody like this culture that we're currently in, which is sex work culture. But people is giving her more smoke than they gave Boston Richey. Like, I'd much rather a gold digger be in society than a predator. That's just me, though. But people was writing comments like, they're literally endorsing, cheering on, and feeding sex work culture to our little girls, bro. Somebody says, Boston Kelly swear this little young bitch had love for him because he was simping and tricking. She was running game. Boston Richey effing the game up with the tricking. Exactly why I don't give. LOL. Shaking my head. They never deserve it. Right? If he was ever a positive person in your life, it's not G to ever speak ill on him. Making a bit lit for her to speak on you like this, tragic. Young hoes won't ever really want you niggas. That's a fact. All right? He got what he deserved. He a snitch, tricking a lame. This would happen when you start a relationship based on the foundation of money, because when you go through a tough time, she gone. So she's getting a lot of backlash for this, and apparently this is what sparked her to come forward. Now, Boston Richey, like, to be fair, took this little girl through hell. Boston Richey was arrested sometime last year for literally strangling this little girl. So the complaint stated, if you read it, right, the complaint stated that when she got out of the vehicle, the defendant, Boston Richey, had exited his vehicle and pushed her into the second row of the vehicle. He arrived at the location and began to choke her with both hands around her neck. The complaint stated that the defendant had choked her for approximately 6 to 10 seconds, choking her approximately 20 times in 2 hours. The complaint stated that the defendant on 2 occasions during this assault had pushed her down to the floor of the vehicle and used his knee and his body weight on her neck to stop her breathing for approximately 6 to 10 seconds. During the strangulation, the complaint stated that she believed that she had lost consciousness, felt dizzy, lightheaded, tense, weak, and had vomited 2 times in the vehicle. This is the type of sick stuff that Boston Richey did to this chick. So if she used him for money, or if she stayed after this to further milk him for more money, hey, albeit, bro, I ain't got no love, I ain't got no sympathy for any man who do this to a woman. This entire saga gets worse for Boston Richey. So she turned 18 January 6, 2024. That's 2 years ago. Well, while on a live stream, she admits that she has been dating Boston Richey for 4 years. Now, when she tells her friend at what age she began to date Boston Richey, it was still bad, but she was even off a little bit. Because if she turned 18 January 6, 2024, and she's been dating Boston Richey for as long as she stated during that live stream, then that would mean that she's been dating Boston Richey way younger than the age that she is admitting she was dating Boston Richey.
Did you ever lie about your age to any man?
Never. I've always been truthful about my age because my age is a flex. No shade. I am officially single. I am no longer in a relationship. About time. It's been a long 4 years. And I just turned 20 and it's time to focus on me.
I'm very bad at math, man. A long 4 years of dating Boston Richey and you just turned 20. What are we saying here? What do that mean? What does that mean, bruh? It's been a long 4 years and I just turned 20. What does that mean? When did Boston Richey start dating her? Now, she would, and here's the part that trips you out. Like, she would admit in this video that Boston Richey did start dating her when she was underage, but I don't think she got the age correctly, man, because 4 years and you just turned 20?
Exactly. It's time to live your dream.
It's time to live my life.
Okay, you mad at that?
Thank you.
Okay. You said, why did you and Boston break up?
Well, damn. I just felt like anything was the best decision for me. A lot has transpired already. Like
Sometimes you outgrow each other.
Right, and it's kind of like I met him at 17, right? So I gave you a long motherfucking run, nigga. It's been 4 years. I'm 20 years old now, and too much shit done happened. You know, it's just too much just happened, and I don't got time for that shit. I just turned 20 years old. It's a new year, and God's giving me another chance to find myself and execute. So I'm taking a chance.
Is that your first serious relationship?
Yes, Jalen was my first love. That's why it was so hard, y'all. But it's officially over. It's over.
They said, why did you go back to that man after the situation in Houston?
Okay, so let's be transparent here.
No, for real, please.
Let's be transparent.
Cause see, I wasn't around for that.
Let's be transparent.
Me neither.
Like I said, I've been dealing with this person for a very long time. And did we stop talking after that situation? Yes. You know, police got involved, all that. But I got that one call from that jail cell. And
From that mother jail
be
cell.
transparent. The situation is really up. That's facts. That's it. That's that. And I just felt like we done been together for so long. I was trying to look over the situation. We done spoke. We done prayed about it. We done made up. He hasn't done it again after that. So there has been a change that I put him behind bars. But
Because when you know better, you do better.
when you know better, you do. If you knew better, you do better. But like I said, we're gonna be transparent. And that jail call just.
Would you ever talk to a rapper again?
I would.
Janaya's
I'm not gonna lie,
aggravating.
cause why not? Why not? It was. I'm gonna be real though. It was kind of fun. Was it hell? I ain't gonna lie. These niggas, majority of these niggas ain't. So it's like you have to look at the nigga like I ain't gonna lie, give me that coin, cause you just.
Yeah, you coin because
But
you gonna be crying in
that
the house of pain with the coin or without the coin.
I'm a fiend for love. I'm a fiend for real
Listen,
love. Unfortunately,
when did
in
you
this
realize-
generation, you have to run a nigga pockets to suck and dry and drink shit to feel like you left with something.
She claims they met at 17, but the timeline will say they met sooner because if she just turned 20 and they was together for 4 years, that would mean that they were together like officially since she was 16. But this is just bad, man. He's bad. Even her comments about sucking people dry, she's terrible as well. These relationships nowadays are just strictly transactional, man. But regardless of what it is, man, I'm never looking at her as if she's like the terrible person in this relationship. Boston Richey got with her when she was really young, right? Regardless of how she did Boston Richey or how much money she used him for, Boston Richey is the terrible person in this situation. I'm not giving her the smoke that I'm not going to give Boston Richey. Boston Richey to me is terrible, terrible, terrible. And he belongs in jail, man. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? I think Boston Richey is for sure headed to a prison cell. Child porn ain't nothing to play about, man. And especially if there's verifiable proof you had it downloaded on your phone and you sent it out and disseminated child porn, is over with for you, bruh. And especially this comes after, he beat the feds twice. Like, he beat the feds twice in a span of 6 months. The feds is already looking for revenge. So now they got their revenge, bro. The feds is coming, man. Trust me. Mark my words. Boston Richey will be arrested for this soon. But if you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here where T.I. just sent 50 Cent a very scary warning. I'm going to see you guys in this T.I. and 50 Cent video. If you enjoy my videos, then please send me a hype. Click the hype button below this video and send a hype to this video. Hypes are how you push videos for small creators into the algorithm. So if you want to support me, please send me a hype. You get 3 hypes a week. I'm going to see you guys in this T.I. and 50 Cent video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.